Warning. This program may contain material of an explicit or graphic nature. Viewer discretion is advised.
Broadcasting undead from the B Ward, this is Mortem. I'm Dom.
And I'm JD. How's it going today?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah, me too. My son won his championship game, Little League.
Yeah, I saw that. He's a winner now. We can stop beating the shit out of him.
No, he'll always be a loser in my book.
Until he learns to not scream like a girl, at least.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's a good news.
Yeah.
Bad news. Penguins lost in OT.
Yeah.
Very bad.
I saw that. I saw the single tear that you shed.
Yeah. I was like that Indian.
Yeah.
The Indian on the side of the road.
That Indian who's actually Italian.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah. That dude, Iron Ice Cody, was actually like a straight up full-blooded Italian immigrant.
Wow.
And made his money being the red man.
Exploiting the red man.
Yep, exactly.
Like white people have done for years and years.
He's more like an olive-complected person. But...
Yeah, I guess he's not really white.
Yeah.
Is it still exploitation if it's not a white man doing it?
I don't know. I'll have to look into that. I'll check out the legality of that. I'll
Check out the regs.
Right. We have Tsunami in the studio with us.
We
today.
do. We have our friend Tsunami,
the brand new heart and soul of Sencal Pro Wrestling.
Yeah. Say hi, Sue.
Hi, Sue.
All right. Well,
I am Sue.
if you hear something in the background, it's probably him, or it might be Boomer. He's in the studio as well, I believe.
Is he?
Oh no, he disappeared.
If you hear something fart, it's totally the dog.
All right. Well, it's time for this week's horror news.
Why did a picture of Kanye West come up when you tipped that?
I don't know.
What the fuck?
Yeah, my total colon clench right now.
Horror news featuring Kanye West.
Fuck that guy.
Yes, indeed. So, what do you got this week?
My first bit of news. A Massachusetts-based artist named Chris McGibbon has undertaken a new art project based on old horror VHS art. And what he's done is he's digitally taken the text off of a number of horror VHS tape covers and then restored the art to let the images speak for themselves without any distractions. And what he's come up with is really pretty amazing. Bloody Disgusting has posted some of it. And I will post a link to it on the Postmortem Facebook page. And I'll actually do it this time. I put a note in my phone to remind myself to do it.
You say that every time.
Yeah, but I wanted to show you these.
I've actually seen them all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, The Night of the Demons was the first one that popped up,
Yeah,
right?
and I totally marked out for the Video Dead because so few people actually know about that movie.
Yeah, I really like them. They're kind of, it'd be a classier print than what we have here in the B Ward.
Yeah. I totally,
classing it up.
I want some of these. I would put these up in my house.
Yeah. It's also good for tattoos.
Yeah, very much so.
Yep.
Dude, I'm totally getting a Video Dead tattoo.
That's a good idea.
Fucking A.
You're getting a Video Dead tramp stamp.
Yeah, right over my ass crack. Right under the Cthulhu tattoo.
Video Dead tramp stamp. Awesome.
We can get it the same day that you get your pubic goat tattoo.
Oh yeah, what was it? Goat slap.
Yeah.
So we had a little bet. Me and my friend Sledge. We had a little bet that in a year he's gonna have to pay me $100 when I have a goat face tattooed on my pelvic bone, feeding down into my dick.
Right.
And once this tattoo is completed, we're gonna have a Y2J style countdown. Where the numbers are going to roll away. All of a sudden, The Rock is going to be cutting a promo, and I'm going to go out there and slap Sledge in the face with my dick. It's going to be the big payoff.
You've heard of Goat Simulator. This is Goat Stimulator.
All right, that's our rating system this week. Goat slaps.
Okay, done.
Yes. Anything else to say about the horror art?
Nope, I'll post it up because it's fucking awesome. This guy needs support.
Yes, he does. And remember to share it this time.
Mm-hmm. I put a note in my phone, so Wednesday it'll be going up on the Postmortem Facebook page.
All right. Well, Death House. You heard of this?
Yeah. The production company?
No, it's a movie.
Oh, okay. I was thinking Blumhouse.
It's released a teaser trailer, and it stars Kane Hodder, Michael Berryman, Tony Todd, Felissa Rose. It is being promoted by Kane Hodder as the Expendables of horror.
Wow. Is there going to be any apathetic Bill Mosleys?
Ambivalent Bill Mosleys. Will Hosleys. No, but okay, so it started off as being promoted as like the Expendables movie with all the stars, but of horror. You got 3 guys.
Right.
So many people said they were going to be involved that are not involved. I saw the teaser trailer. I was not impressed.
Really?
It looks like a low production value. Might have just been the teaser trailer, the way it was edited together and slapped together to get something out there, but there's a Leatherface ripoff. It's like Gunnar Hansen was supposed to do it, which I believe he was supposed to do it, and didn't, so now there's someone else.
Isn't Gunnar Hansen dead now?
No, I don't think so.
Huh. I'll have to look that up. Yeah.
He will come back from the grave.
He will.
No, he's not. He's not dead. So the premise is 2 federal agents fight their way through 9 levels of hell inside a secret prison known as the Death House. Facility-wide prison break turns into a tour of terror as they push towards the ultimate evil in the lowest depths of the earth.
Okay. So
It sounds like a video game.
It sounds like a video game. It sounds like Dante's Inferno. Oh, yep. Gunnar Hansen died November 7th, 2015.
I don't believe it. No, okay. Okay.
Tsunami's on the case. Inspector Tsunami.
Inspector Sue. How did I not remember that?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's crazy.
All these other deaths. I mean, I know that the death of Prince probably overshadowed most things.
The death of Prince, in my mind, No more pancakes, no more grapes.
Bitches.
I can't believe I never knew that he died.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Must have been on a hell of a bender.
Yeah, must have been. Got hit in the head a couple times.
Yeah, probably. I probably forgot
November?
it. Probably some concussions ago, I lost that piece of information.
Yeah, last year you were doing death matches pretty much every month. So
yeah, a couple times a month. Yeah. So I'm hoping that this movie, Death House, is not just a name cash grab. Because there's been a couple projects with like the Kane Hodder, Bill Moseley thing recently, where it's like, okay, people are going to watch it if these names are attached.
Yeah.
Give us your money. You know
what would make it better is if it was like Dante's Inferno, but like a modern horror version.
If you're promoting it as the Expendables horror, you need some Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Robert Englund.
Robert Englund. Yeah, you need some of those kind of people in there. But we'll see. Only time will tell.
Sid Haig, you need Sid Haig.
Yeah, Sid Haig, that'd be good, But remember, like that movie Sushi Girl with all the name actors, and it was terrible.
Yeah,
it could still be like that. So
you need Tony Todd for that movie, as a matter
Tony
of fact.
Todd is in this one.
Yeah, he is. Okay, that's good.
So, yeah. All right, what you got next?
This one, I have very, very mixed feelings about, but they're leaning more towards negative. I usually don't share a lot of the bad news here on Postmortem. Usually you're the one that brings the shitty news because
the remakes are the shitty news.
Yeah, and that's what this is. New Friday the 13th reboot is in production.
All right, let's talk about it because that's my second piece of news too.
Slated for January 2017 release. And in an interview with Yahoo News, producer Brad Fuller said that in this movie we're going to go back and meet the family, including young Jason, mother Pamela, and for the first time ever, father Elias Voorhees.
Yeah, so Jason's dad.
Yeah.
Somewhere between a prequel and a reboot.
Right.
And it's supposed to delve much deeper into his origin story.
Do we need that, though? Like, do we need to humanize Jason? That was the mistake Rob Zombie made with Halloween.
Yeah, but in Freddy vs. Jason, they humanized the shit out of him, and it still worked. When he was getting chased by the kids and everything, it's just like, oh my god, stop that. Save that kid,
Yeah, I mean, and that's always been there to some extent, and that's part of what like makes Jason who he is and sort of the direction that he goes. But do we need to go deeper than that? Is that like something that's necessary?
I don't think it's necessary. I don't think it's necessary to make another one.
Yeah.
Another movie.
Yeah.
But at least they're coming at it with a different angle other than exploiting the name and the mask and saying, here's another movie.
Yeah.
Give us your money.
I'm really
Here it
hoping
is.
They're not trying to make like Elias Voorhees be some sort of fucked up thing and turn it into like a Leatherface kind of situation.
I bet he's going to be like abusive towards him.
Yeah.
And the mommy was like the savior and stuff. And I bet the mom kills him. This is what I was thinking about today. I was brainstorming. I'm like, okay, what are they going to do? Pamela was a fucking crazy bitch from the original Friday the 13th. Yeah. So I bet it's going to be abusive. I bet he hits her in the stomach when she's pregnant.
And that's why Jason's fucked up.
That's why Jason's deformed and shit.
Yeah.
And beats her and beats him.
Knocks her down the stairs.
A little bit of rape and molestation there, a little bit of kind of those incestual overtones.
Yeah.
It's another good rating system.
Yeah,
Too close to incestual Thanksgiving. So.
And you don't get a character named Elias and have it be normal.
Yeah, and so he's going to eventually be killed by Mrs. Voorhees.
Yeah.
And she's going to cling to Jason.
Yeah.
And then he dies, so she goes crazy.
Right.
So...
Who do you think they're going to get to play Pamela Voorhees? Have you seen anything on that?
I don't know. No,
it's not out there. I can't think of anyone better than Betsy Palmer.
I know.
They're going to have to discover someone new, like Betty White or something stupid like that.
I just want to go out there right now as saying I'm going to throw my name in the hat
for Pamela Voorhees.
For Pamela Voorhees,
okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna. I'm putting a. I know all about the casting couch.
Yeah.
So I'm willing to go to the casting couch for my shot at being Pamela Voorhees.
Yeah. Let's start a petition.
Okay.
We can use that whitehouse.gov petition website and get Barack Obama to back it up.
Okay, JD for Pamela Voorhees.
Hashtag JD for Pamela Voorhees.
Hashtag
JD for PV. That sounds like a sex disease.
JDilla? I don't know. JDilla? Pamela? JDilla?
JDilla.
So, yeah, like I said, I'm not opposed to the casting couch if it's going to give me the role.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, you'll
only time will tell.
You'll suck off. What's this guy's name? Brad Fuller. He also produced the most recent Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So,
oh wow,
he's got some stroke. You can give him some stroke.
Tsunami for Pamela Voorhees. All right. Well, that was my second piece of news too. Okay. So got another one. I don't know how I feel about it. Like you said, I'm usually the bearer of bad news here. I'm afraid I got some bad news for you.
The albatross of post-mortem.
So, a new horror comedy is being produced by SNL creator Lorne Michaels.
You can't see the eyebrow that I have raised right now. It's going to be like the It's Pat of horror. Yeah. It's just going to be It's Pat.
It's called Ghost Bros. Okay. Ghost Bros, bro.
Okay.
It's being written by one of the writers of American Dad. You ever see that show, American Dad? It's like Family Guy. It's set in the 80s, and it centers around frat brothers that die in a frat house and hunt the house present-day residents. So, hunting the future frat bros are the 80s guys.
Okay.
You know, I'm a huge fan of the horror comedies.
Yeah, and it could be like Beetlejuice, maybe, you know?
Yeah, I'm also a big fan of Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
So, we will see. You know, that's where I got the iconic, and we're back.
Yeah.
And we're back! We say every show.
I'll watch it, except for the one.
Yeah. So... Yeah, except for the one show I didn't say.
That one Hollow Soulless episode.
We took the heart and soul out of Postmortem when I didn't say and we're back. So, the movies are hit and miss. I like Wayne's World. I like The Ladies' Man. Yeah. Those are probably the only two Saturday Night Live movies I like.
I liked Coneheads.
Coneheads is alright too.
You didn't like Superstar?
No, I do not like Superstar. Fuck Superstar.
I don't think I saw the movie.
When I get nervous, I just put my hands in my armpits and I smell them like this.
And there's Pat.
Yeah, it's Pat.
That one was
It's time for androgyny. It's just Pat. Do, do, do. So, yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about it. Lorne Michaels dipping his grubby little fingers into my realm of horror.
Yeah. I'll watch it. I mean, glutton for punishment status.
Yeah, it is what it is.
And it could be good. Who knows?
It depends on cast, too.
Yeah, you know, that could make it or break it.
Yep.
I bet Rob Schneider's going to have an appearance.
Rob Schneider serves as a stapler. All right, you got one more?
Yeah, I checked out on YouTube today a preview for a new game for the Oculus Rift that came out yesterday called Edge of Nowhere. It's a Lovecraftian game, follows a man shipwrecked in the Arctic who discovers a civilization of monsters and perhaps Cthulhu himself. The game preview shows some decent graphics and gameplay. It's chock full of weird architecture, awesome monsters, ghosts, and a vibe of insanity. And seeing it kind of makes me want to get my hands on an Oculus Rift and check it out.
What is an Oculus Rift? Is that the virtual reality?
Yeah, it's the new virtual reality system.
Is there porn yet?
Probably. I mean, that's what they make those things for.
Do they have like a little attachment that you put your dick in while you're watching it?
They make those for iPad.
Really?
Yeah, the people who made Fleshlight make those, and like you can watch porn on your iPad, and then like it makes a simulator for your Fleshlight so you can fuck your iPad.
I never knew that.
That's the way of the future.
I didn't know that.
We
that
are
exists.
in the future.
Yeah, the future is now.
I didn't know that exists. I've never seen it. I don't own it.
I don't have a stack of them in a box in my bedroom.
What I like to do, they're expensive, so I like to buy them and then return them the next day.
Have you seen Fleshlight's horror line of products? They have like zombie pussies and vampire pussies and all kinds of fucking weird
terrible
shit. Yeah, it's the weird shit that I delve into at 3 in the morning.
Me and my fiance, okay, so we went to one of those similar kind of shops, and they have this thing called the twerking ass.
I've seen that.
You've seen the twerking ass? Yeah. Costs like $2,000, and it's like a full size ass.
Yeah, you can get a hooker for cheaper,
and it twerks.
I mean, you won't get AIDS, but...
and it goes, and it both goes up and down and side to side at the same time. A twerking ass with like a little pussy, but like
I just picture that going wrong and clamping your dick off.
Yeah,
like when Skynet comes.
No, what's gonna happen is that someone's gonna charge it at the same time as they're using it by accident. It's gonna overload.
Yeah,
and that's gonna be a very embarrassing emergency room.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. So anyway, back to my initial point. I like the idea
Oculus Click.
I like the idea of virtual reality Cthulhu. The levels that they showed in the preview, which you can see on YouTube right now, had the guy running through this like collapsing cavern with giant tentacles coming up from the ground that he had to dodge around. It looked like a pretty intense experience. So
Sweet.
I'm going to try and get my hands on one and check it out.
Is it only on Oculus Rift?
Right now, yes.
Okay. Probably going to be on PC too. Eventually.
Probably, but it's specifically made for the virtual reality environment, so everything seems like you're there. But there are other virtual reality devices for like cell phones and stuff now, so it'll probably come out for that.
Until then, I'll just be playing Doom and masturbating the old-fashioned way.
Right.
Like God intended.
That's right.
Crying in the corner in a pile of my own sins.
And feces.
Okay, that's it for horror news.
We ended on a high note there.
We ended on a high note. Masturbatory Tears, previous rating system.
That's right.
So we'll be back after a quick word from our sponsors.
Hi, thanks for listening to the Postmortem Podcast. If you want to support us, go to our website at www.postmortemshow.com and click the Amazon link.
By clicking on the Amazon banner, Amazon will give a small percentage of the purchase price of your item back to the Postmortem Podcast at no additional cost to you. That's right. It doesn't cost you any money. We get money. You want us to keep doing this? You want more Doug Jones talk? You want more dick and fart talk? I don't care. We're going to do it.
Fund our filthy, filthy habits.
Yes, and they are many and they are fast.
And most of them aren't legal.
Yes. Click the banner. Just do it.
Come on, don't be a dick. Give us money.
It's time for the good movie. And the bad movie.
Okay. You know what that means.
It's time for the good movie and the bad movie.
Exactly. Yeah. That's exactly what that means.
Yeah. I'm a fucking psychic.
So what you got this week? You got a real good one? You got a decent one?
I've got a movie that was almost my bad movie until the end. And then I was like, oh, this is my good movie. So I have an okay movie and a way less okay movie.
Well, I'll let you start because I have one that I liked from the beginning. Beat it in the middle, but got better. And then I have one that was my good movie till it became my bad movie.
Oh, that's like blue balls right there. That's okay.
It's my blue ball movie of the week.
Wow. We should come up with a sound effect for that, like some jingling bells or something.
Ah! This is the sound of you grabbing your own balls. Ah! Lie!
My God.
The balls are now blue.
I'm actually reviewing a TV show that I watched last week, as opposed to a horror TV show, as opposed to a movie.
Oh yeah, I think you told me a little bit.
We talked about it a little bit.
Yeah.
It's a 2015 Canadian horror TV series called Slasher.
Yep, on Netflix.
Yeah, or as I like to call it, Canadian Horror Story.
Canadian Horror Story, eh? Sorry for killing you, eh?
Sorry for killing you, eh?
Sorry.
Hoser. I'm not going to list the director because it had multiple directors. But the show takes place in the Canadian town of Waterbury. It opens on Halloween night of 1988. A young couple, the woman pregnant, are preparing to go trick-or-treating with their friend's family when a hooded, machete-wielding maniac enters their house, murders them both, and cuts the baby from the mother's womb. The police enter the house sometime later and find the killer sitting on the couch, cradling the living baby girl. Flash forward to present day, Sarah, the baby from the opening scene, is now an adult. Despite her strange birth, she was able to live a normal life, being raised by her grandmother. She's now married to an aspiring journalist and has returned to Waterbury to uncover the secrets of her past. As soon as she returns, a new hooded figure who kills based on the 7 deadly sins begin to terrorize the town while also bringing Waterbury's dirty secrets to light. As Sarah unravels her past, she also begins to solve the mystery of the new killer with an unlikely ally, the imprisoned man who killed her parents.
You know what? 7 Deadly Sins?
Played the fuck out.
Yeah, I mean, is there a head in the box too, or what?
There's a head in a deep fryer.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
close enough.
It sort of has this vibe of 7 meets Halloween meets Silence of the Lambs meets Twin Peaks, and it has elements of all of those things, but it masters none of them due to bad writing.
Yeah. It sounds like just a bunch of rehashed ideas.
Yeah. There are some good things in it. It had some good kills, disemboweling, deep-fried heads, dismemberment. There's no censorship on Canadian TV, so it had gore, tits, and cussing. There were a couple interesting subplots with the weird residents of the town that kept me at least watching, and it was only 8 episodes long, so nothing dragged. And it almost would have been better if it went maybe 10 or 12 episodes so that they could explore some of the other stuff, but it didn't try and stretch it out over 22 episodes and hammer it into the ground. So that was the good shit.
That was the good shit?
That was the good shit.
Oh.
The bad shit is that the lead actress was not good. She was Irish, like from Ireland, trying to do a Canadian accent, but she kept slipping out of it in the first couple of episodes, and by the 4th episode, they're like, fuck it, we're just going to let you have whatever random accent you want, and it would change from scene to scene.
Brother Nero.
A lot of the characters were really inconsistent. They didn't develop so much as just behave erratically, and they tried to pass it off as character development, but it wasn't. It was just like, I'm good, I'm bad, I'm angry, I'm sad. And they would just change, and you couldn't rely on any character to be the same thing from scene to scene.
I had this in my queue. I was about to watch it until we talked.
Yeah.
You told me, and I'm like, what is it? No words to describe it. Not good or bad, yeah, you should watch it.
Yeah.
Not, fuck that movie. You're just like,
Yeah, exactly like that. Exactly like that. Then I saw the last... I don't think I'd seen the last episode when we talked about it before.
Yeah.
After I watched the last episode, that was the fucking nail in the coffin.
then you never wanted to watch it again.
They tried to do too much with it, which led to the inconsistent writing and story arcs that went nowhere and like really big issues that were just too neatly resolved. They were just like, oh, that's fixed now. My biggest qualm with it was that they tried way too hard to shoehorn the 7 deadly sins aspect into it. It made everything feel forced, but then when the plot needed the other people to get hurt, the killer was like, all of a sudden, I'm not killing about the 7 deadly sins. And there was this kidnapped girl storyline that like it seemed like he was trying to avenge her, but then that just went away. It didn't make any sense.
Yeah. Sounds like a bunch of crap.
Yeah. I watched it all the way through, hoping that the last episode might pull everything together. It didn't. The last episode was trash. They rushed to tie up all the loose ends, but that just in turn created more loose ends. And it's not like they're trying to set things up for the next season, because they said in all of the interviews that they're intending to do this American Horror Story style where it's the same cast but a different story and different characters.
So you definitely won't be watching the next one if it's the same cast and they didn't deliver.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, definitely
what
not.
the fuck? And maybe they could learn from the first thing.
Yeah.
It could be better, but
I'll give it a shot on Netflix.
It's
not going to
got
go
good
out
ratings.
for it. Yeah, it's
like 4.5 on Netflix or something.
That's 4.5 on Netflix. Yeah, that's
Out of 5.
Yeah, out of 5.
It's
Yeah,
very highly rated.
yeah. No, it's definitely being rated by people who don't know horror.
Yeah.
Just-
So is Scream the TV series.
Yeah,
7 deadly sins in 8 episodes just sounds rushed. In it,
exactly. It was like every episode was a sin, and then the final episode.
Yeah.
But though I don't even think the first episode had a sin killing in it. I think that was just set up so that they tried to fit 7 sins into six episodes and then bookend on either end. It was just bad. Technically, it was well made. The camera work was good. The special effects were all practical. The sound design was decent. They weren't breaking any new ground, but they didn't fuck anything up either. It was just very like by the numbers horror movie.
Yeah.
So my final numbers on this: 2 points for good kills, 2 points for solid production, 1 point for some decent ideas, 1 point for not pulling any punches, 1 point because the kidnapping subplot was interesting until they fucked it up. And I'm going to give it 3 points for using all practical effects. But 1 point off for bad acting, 1 point off for overextending their reach, 1 point off for mistaking inconsistent behavior for character development, 1 point off for focusing on the annoying-ass characters and relegating the interesting characters to subplots, and 2 points off for the last episode being total bullshit, for a total of 4 out of 10 goat slaps.
4 out of 10 goat slaps. There's too much math involved with your list. You lose me. I'm just so you like. At first, I'm like, okay, trying to add it up, and as episodes progress, every time it's like, I'll just hear what it is. Just kind of tune out.
This is the first time I didn't slip in the 1 point for not being found footage.
Yeah, or half a point off for this.
Yeah. It's for our nerd fans.
4 goat slaps. That's back and forth.
Yeah.
That's 4 slaps.
2 full swipes.
Yeah.
2 full swipes of the goat dick.
2 full paintbrushes.
All right, well, my bad movie of the week. 2015, written and directed by Viktor Sarkov in his first film.
Sounds like a Russian supervillain.
It's called 13 Cameras, a.k.a. Slumlord. In some countries, it's called Slumlord. Sometimes it's called 13 Cameras.
Okay.
So, stars Neville Archambault, Sarah Baldwin, P.J. McCabe. Basically, a creepy old landlord is putting a bunch of cameras all over his rental property so he can perv on a pregnant lady.
Wasn't there a movie with Sharon Stone and one of the Baldwins about this? Wasn't Sliver about that?
I don't think about a landlord?
Yeah, wasn't he the landlord of the building and he was putting cameras in people's apartments?
I don't know. I haven't seen that since, or heard about it since, like, I was a kid, so maybe. I don't know.
All right, proceed.
Anyways, kind of a similar movie to that Hangman movie I reviewed a while back, you know? But it's not a random guy that's beating off in the attic. It's the property owner.
Okay.
So, he's creepy as hell with this faraway look in his eye. He reminds me of a Down syndrome version of Mike Ehrmantraut from Breaking Bad. You know Mike Ehrmantraut from Breaking Bad, the bald guy with the weird ears?
Yeah.
It's like him if he had Down syndrome.
Wow.
And glasses.
Does he actually have DS? Like, does the actor?
The actor has something wrong with
Okay.
him. I don't think he has Down syndrome. He's something wrong with him. He's actually kind of buff, but I don't know. He's got MS or something.
Like that weird little dude from the fucking Serbian movie we watched.
A Serbian?
No, not Serbian. Turkish movie that we watched.
Yeah, kind of like him, but in a different way.
We both loved like
Baskin.
Baskin, yeah.
Yeah.
There's something wrong with him, but you're not quite sure what it is.
Yeah. That picture of him giving the thumbs up.
Yeah.
So soon the creep catches the husband cheating on the pregnant wife through the cameras. Husband is a fucking asshole, unlikable. He's playing the mistress and the wife.
Okay.
The wife is sweet. You feel bad for her, so at least there's one likable character. The old guy breaks in and puts shit on their toothbrushes. It's like, it tastes like poop. And the husband's like, toothbrushes just kind of taste like that sometimes, you know, when they get old. He's been shit brushed before.
Right, apparently, yeah.
He eventually sees what the husband is doing, takes matters into his own hands. After the mistress threatens to expose the husband and comes to the house, the husband's like, "Honey, let's go to dinner. Let's go to dinner." She calls him on the phone saying, I'll be there in a second, blah, blah, blah. You're not going to get away with this. So then he goes to the wife and is like, "Let's go on a date. I love you. Let's go to dinner. Let's go to dinner. Let's go to dinner right now. Come on, let's go. Let's go to dinner. Come on, get up. Wait, let's get my purse. You don't need your purse." Just totally rushes her.
Something is clearly wrong here.
Yeah, and takes her to dinner. And so the mistress comes to the house, and the old guy snatches her up, and the old guy goes to their house regularly, and he has a room that is the owner's closet. You know, in a rental, a lot of times there's the owner's closet where they keep the paint, the tile, all the shit for the house, right?
Shit, yeah.
Well, these people don't know they have a basement. The owner's closet is the basement. Okay. So it's a locked door that goes down to a basement with all these monitors set up where all the feeds for the camera go, and he's also got like a mattress with some chains and shit. So he takes that bitch down there and chains her up. Okay. The mistress, you know? Pretty sweet so far.
Yeah,
sounds alright, you know? So, he soundproofed the basement. He has his own key, saying it's the owner's closet, like I said. Things go there in ways that you expect and ways you don't expect. The acting is pretty well done. The sound and the cinematography are both well executed. I don't know what the actual problem is with this movie.
Okay.
I don't know why it's my bad movie, but it is.
Something in it just fell flat.
Yeah, it's not a terrible movie. It's just kind of boring.
Okay.
I hung in till the end. I watched it all. I mean, I always watch, if I'm going to rate it, and I know I'm going to rate it, I watch it all. So, not enough action throughout, just towards the end. And what it was, I was ambivalent. Like, I was a Will Hosley.
Okay.
I was ambivalent throughout the movie. You know, I didn't know whether it was good or bad until the end. End is completely ridiculous and made it officially cross over to bad movie territory. So,
Is there anything that you can give on the end that isn't a spoiler?
No, it would be a major spoiler.
Oh, okay.
But it's fucking corny as fuck.
That's important.
It takes it back to like the 80s horror movie ending when it's not like an 80s horror movie.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Like the whole movie doesn't have that ridiculous build.
No, yeah, just after
okay.
at the end it's that ridiculous ha ha ha, you know.
Right.
Fucking
like Nancy's mom getting pulled in through the door window or something.
Exactly, it's like that.
Yeah, but
it's
it
like just
works
the
in
last
that setting.
The last scene
Uh-huh.
is fucking ridiculous.
Okay.
So, like I said, it split me till the end. So I'm going to go ahead and give it 5 goat slaps.
Straight up 5, right
Straight
down
up
the middle.
5 down the middle.
Whap, 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 whap.
Yeah, just one on the back end. And then it just kind of stays.
Two full paintbrushes plus 1 for good measure.
Yeah, and the last one just kind of stays and then drags down.
Okay, so it's like 4 slaps and a flump.
Yeah, 4 slaps and a flump. That sounds like a 0.5 actually. It's like a 4.5. Okay. So that's my bad movie of the week.
Okay. My good movie is another one that I saw on Netflix called Visions. It's a 2015 supernatural thriller directed by Kevin Greutert, who was the assistant director on Donnie Darko and edited several of the Saw movies. The story is Evelie is in a horrific car accident that results in the death of the other driver's infant child. A year later, she's physically fine but dealing with symptoms of depression and PTSD. She and her husband moved to Paso Robles, just north of us, where we are right now, to open a winery and start a new life. Evelie stops taking her antidepressants when she figures out that she's pregnant and begins to have visions of horrible events that took place in their home. Unsure if she's losing her mind or being haunted by restless spirits, Evelie begins to exhibit strange behavior. Her husband and friends try to help her stay sane, but as the visions become more intense, it can no longer be denied that something supernatural is going on in the home. So, this was almost my bad movie. There's some pretty hokey dialogue, and even though the actors were decent, they couldn't quite make the dialogue convincing. There were some unnecessary side plots that felt shoehorned in, and some unnecessary characters that were probably only in the movie because they got their hands on some name actors. Eva Longoria and Jim Parsons, the dude from Big Bang Theory, play bit parts in it, and it's basically like, we have these actors, let's use them. There were a couple big eye roll moments and hand-fisted like beating in of certain points, like the whole like mommy knows best and pregnancy is magic kind of thing. And I almost turned it off a couple of times because I was like, all right, fuck this is stupid. But I'm glad I didn't. The movie plays out like a ghost story, but has a really, really cool twist at the end that makes up for some of the cheesier moments and also makes some of the shitty dialogue make sense.
Okay.
Like some of the things that one of the characters... Is the suit passed out? No. Okay.
He's here.
So some of the things that one of the characters says...
This movie bores him.
Yeah, just put him to sleep. Some of the things that one of the characters says early in the movie that's really fucking stupid and eye roll. Like when it finally happens, you're like, oh, that's why she said that. Yeah. So it was cool. And the final act of the movie shifts it from a ghost story to a home invasion story, similar to Inside.
Okay.
And right there, the intensity really ramps up. The direction and cinematography in the movie is very good. The director knows how to work a camera for storytelling purposes. For part of the movie, Evelie actually ends up going back on antidepressants, which kill the visions, but she ends up like disconnected and emotionally withdrawn. And for all of those scenes, the director never quite focused the camera on her, and she was always just a little bit blurry in the frame.
That's cool.
And that was it very much added to the whole like disconnection feeling. Had really cool creepy sound design that used whispers and muffled sounds to give an unnerving effect. Like strange things were definitely going on, and they also very much hinted at what's going on. Like the things like voices would come to the surface, and you'd be like, "Why is it saying that?" And then at the end of the movie, it's like, "Oh, that's what's going on."
Yeah.
But it was never enough to give it away.
Yeah.
Had a great musical score that was almost reminiscent of Danny Elfman's work with Edward Scissorhands. It was sort of like an ethereal kind of music score that was all strings and like Baroque instrument bass.
Yeah.
It sounded super cool. And most of the effects were practical, and the few digital effects that were in there were subtle enough to not take you out of the story. The movie was actually made in Paso, and I think that's cool on a personal level because I figured out that it was shot in Paso before they even said anything about it.
Yeah,
because I'd see things, I'd be like, this looks like Paso. And then there's a scene where she gets mail, and it says Paso Robles, California. That's awesome. And actually, I know the winery where they, or the house where they shot.
Which one?
The winery.
Oh,
it's just a house that you see from the freeway. But
Yeah.
I'm totally like, I've seen that house.
Yeah,
So
that's cool.
I gave it extra points for
local, yeah.
civic pride.
Yep.
So I'm going to give it 3 points for excellent production, 2 points for using the camera to tell the story, 1 point for balanced effects, 1 point for capturing the setting, 2 points for a movie-saving twist, and 1 point for my own civic pride. 1 point off for some groaner dialogue, 1 point off for unnecessary side plots, and half a point off for obviously shoehorning characters that didn't need to be there. For 7.5 out of 10, goat slaps.
Me and Tsunami didn't have to take our shoes off. Oh well, my shoes are already off, but
I never go above 10.
we were counting and taking away. So.
For reference, I usually give it 10 points worth of stuff and then deduct from my final number.
Oh, that's why it's so hard. You're in double digits, man. That's too much for me.
If I can't get to 10, that's how I know it's a real shit movie.
Yeah.
And those are the ones that I let go to 1.
7.5 is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
That's a good movie.
It really didn't feel like it, but that last act of the movie fucking totally saved it.
My good movie. I'm not going to say a lot about the plot because it's available now on Netflix.
Okay.
It is not as new as yours, but last week I reviewed a movie called Perdida Durango,
Excellent movie. Watched it.
directed by Alex de la Iglesia. So I IMDb'd him. I started getting all of his stuff and trying to watch all his movies because I really liked him. So this movie is on Netflix. Witching and Bitching is the American title.
No, he made that? I haven't seen it, but I saw that it was on Netflix.
Yeah, and I never watched it because it was called Witching and Bitching.
Yeah, it's fucking
I thought it would be
stupid.
the stupidest fucking movie ever. Well, that's actually the Americanized title.
Okay.
It's actually the witches of the town that they're in. Unfortunately, I did not take down that information like I should have.
The Witches of Mount Eastwick.
I'll be honest with you, half of my notes on this movie were deleted somehow on my phone. So
Does that involve drunkenness?
maybe or may not. So, anyways, so it's called The Witches of blah 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 in the Spanish version. So, the movie opens up with a guy dressed as a silver Jesus, a guy painted green that looks like an army man, like a kid's army man toy,
Right.
green with like a helmet and all that shit, a little kid, and a SpongeBob.
Like people dress like this?
Yes.
Okay.
The little kid is a little kid with no costume.
Okay.
They're just big SpongeBob guy. And they're robbing a bank. All these people are robbing a bank together. Sounds pretty good so far.
Yeah,
right?
I'm amused already. Yeah.
This movie's hilarious. Characters are all great, built very well, so you feel like you know them.
Okay.
The dad who was the Jesus, the son, the accomplice who was the army man, and a taxi driver make a run for it from the cops and start fleeing Spain to go to France. So, SpongeBob gets killed with machine guns.
Awesome. like squibs coming out of the costume?
Yeah, it's
Nice.
pretty fucking sweet. So, along the way, they stop for food at a little shithole restaurant / bar, and they run afoul of witches.
Okay.
These witches...
So it's like From Dusk Till Dawn with witches.
Basically, but the witches, they leave that place.
Oh, okay.
The witches track them down.
Okay.
So, they run afoul of these witches. Later, they leave. They start driving away. They hit one of the witches on the road. But she's not there when they go to find him.
Okay.
Later, they see him again. Later, they see him again. Eventually, they end up at their house. These witches can fly, walk on walls, and the old one is really creepy. The old witch, if you watch this movie, the old witch is creepy as fuck.
Cool.
So.
I'm not going to watch it tonight because we're going to be watching
Yeah,
something, but I'll watch it tomorrow.
We are watching Black Mass of the Nazi Sex Wizard.
Tonight. I'm
Vomit Gore
excited.
4 by Lucifer Valentine. So, this movie, not the Vomit Gore movie.
Right.
This movie has a vibe like Tim Burton and Guillermo del Toro combined.
Nice.
It's got that kind of vibe.
Okay.
It's kind of creepy, surreal vibe. You know, like to where you don't feel like you're there and it's all in your face, like Mortem or something like that.
Yeah.
But it takes you to that place where it's like you're watching it like Edward Scissorhands.
It's whimsical.
Yeah. Whimsical.
Whimsy.
Whimsical. It is more of a dark comedy with horror elements, I would say.
Okay. Is it in English or is it dubbed or subtitled?
It's in Spanish,
Okay.
but English subtitles
Okay.
on Netflix, which I liked.
Yeah.
Because you speak English.
Yeah, I like the subtitles because I know what they're saying. No, but Perdita Durango, I watched this movie last week. If people will listen to the last episode, I'll explain it to Sami, who's in the studio here. this movie I watch in Spanish language with English subtitles, but it is an English movie. The only version I could find was a dubbed Spanish version where it's like Funaki. Everything's like Funaki. And that's the way I watched it. But I much prefer the actual language of the actors with subtitles. So I could forgive some of the bad CGI because of the humor. There is some CGI in this one. There's some practical effects that are good, but there's some CGI, especially towards the end. Some of the sets are amazing at the end.
Okay.
And there's a lot of extras. Like there's a scene where there's like 500 people.
Wow.
You know, it's high budget for a movie from Spain, I think.
Spain's got a pretty thriving film industry. So.
Yeah. It gets very fucking ridiculous. It does.
Okay.
Almost in like a Dead Alive way.
Nice.
Very fucking ridiculous, like a Dead Alive kind of way. But it started out ridiculous. Right. So it's okay. You know, it's not like it was something to be taken super seriously.
You know, that can work both ways. Like Housebound started out kind of serious
and
then got fucking crazy.
And it made it so much better.
Yeah, but you have to do that artistically. You have to handle that the right way to not have a jar.
This one, I recommend it. I recommend you see it. You'll like it.
Especially if it's that guy, because I really like Perdita.
Yeah, it's the same director too, and it's more recent, so he's got more of a budget nowadays. So I love the lead witch, the old lady. She's fucking creepy, like I said. And the daughter. The daughter is this hot blonde girl that falls in love with the Jesus dad guy. Okay. But she's crazy as fuck. Like, she's clingy as fuck. Like, she's like, what? You won't leave everyone and leave your son here and just run off with me? Then I must kill you now. You know,
she's
that
a
kind
witch
of thing.
Too?
Yeah, she's a witch, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she can fly and do all this shit. And they have this little, like, love story, but not like a cheesy love story. Right. Just like her being in love with him and him being like, I think that maybe we should.
So he fucks her and regrets it?
I don't think he ever fucks her. I think it's just like she falls in love with him and she gets like little girl puppy eyes for him. And he basically goes along with it because she could rip his head off at any moment.
Gotcha.
So he's like, I love you too. You know, just because she could kill him at any moment. Right. She's like this powerful ass witch that, so she starts fighting against the other witches with him at one point. Goes back and forth. Okay. She's pinballing, so. Streaming now on Netflix. Check it out if you're a fan of a horror comedy.
Nice. I will.
I'm going to give it out, I would say about 7.3 goat slaps.
Wow.
So pretty good.
0.3 of a goat. So that's like 7 in a flump.
Yeah. Pretty much just the tip.
Right.
Yeah.
7 in a dink.
Yeah, 7 in a little dink. Dink the clown.
I will not.
Okay.
Awesome.
So that's it for the good and the bad movie. Yeah. We're going to take a little break, and we'll be back with the top 5 femme fatales.
Yeah.
We didn't even say that at the beginning.
Femme fatales.
We're going with the deadly women.
That's
femme
right.
fatales. I didn't know what femme fatales means, but...
It means deadly women.
It means deadly women.
That's exactly what it means. Yeah, fatal female.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we'll be back.
You learned something today.
I did.
Here on Postmortem.
I knew it. We'll be back after a quick word from our sponsor. Hi. It's us. We're not a sponsor. We have no sponsor this week. So
we're self-sponsoring.
We're masturbating ourselves all over your ears. We're coming in your ear pussy.
Sponsoring off.
So there's something really important we need to talk about.
And it's puppies.
It's not puppies. Look, we're going to keep this to a minimum.
Okay.
This is a short commercial.
Tangent commercials.
No tangent in the commercial.
Do you know about tangents?
So, we need your help. We need you to rate us, review us, and share this podcast with your friends.
If you listen,
your enemies. Share it with your enemies.
Share it. People you hate. Punish them with our voices.
Make them listen to it. Yeah. And also, give us a 5-star rating on iTunes, Stitcher. Subscribe to us on iTunes, YouTube.
Like it on YouTube.
SoundCloud.
Follow us on Twitter. We only have like 3 Twitter followers right now.
Because we don't ever have a tweet. What matters most is getting this out into more ear holes. We need your help for that.
Letting people know about it.
So also, if you're our friend or our follower on the Facebook there, make sure you click the notifications, get first, because we're not going to pay for those ads, so you see everything. You gotta work for it.
Yeah, click share.
We give you this shit for free.
And if you want to hear more about Doug Jones, because really that's what this is all about, click that share.
All right, well, this has went on for way too long, and we appreciate you listening to Postmortem. with Postmortem. We're giving you our top 5 femme fatales, the deadly women.
Women that'll kill you. Don't call
Women
them
that'll
bitches.
kill you. Not including the movie Teeth, where they rip your dick off.
That's a whole other story. You know, there's what's the name? Vagina dentata. That's what that's called.
Vagina dentata.
Dentata.
There should not be a term for that. And that scares me that there is.
And it's not
I
even
think I'm
German.
getting married.
All right, you want me to start?
So, I think you should.
Okay. My number 5 is from a movie that we were just talking about, and another movie. I did some research on them.
Okay.
Perdita Durango.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I did not. It would have been on my list, but I did not want to include it because I just reviewed it last show.
I wasn't going to include it, but remember when you brought it up last show, I was like, oh yeah, I've seen that movie, but then you started talking about it, I was like, oh wait, no, I haven't.
Yeah.
And I something about that name just kept fucking sticking in my brain, and so I finally went online and did some research on it. Isabella Rossellini played Perdita Durango in David Lynch's Wild at Heart. The Wild
really?
at Heart, yeah, the book that Perdita Durango is based on is the sequel to the book Wild at Heart.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So so that character exists.
I've never seen that.
Yeah.
Wild at Heart. Is that good?
It's a fucked up movie.
Okay.
I mean, it's David
Remind
Lynch,
me
of course,
after
it's
we're
fucked
done.
up.
I need to check that
need to
out.
grab that. Yeah, Isabella Rossellini. So I actually put a slash in this.
I put both of them. Huh?
Rosie Perez and Isabella Rossellini.
But Rosie Perez,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, I mean, well, Isabella Rossellini in her prime was fucking amazing too.
No, Rosie Perez with the vagina dentata, I would still go there.
Wow.
I would let her bite my dick off with her vag just to put it in her prime.
She was real fucking sexy in that movie too, like
Yeah.
evil sexy.
Yeah.
like you know she would kill you, but you want to get that
that
anyway.
opening scene at the airport where she's like, I'm like, okay, I'm in. And then her, like, she rapes a dude.
Yeah, and he likes it.
Halfway through he likes it.
Yeah, that's true.
She fucks a tiger.
Ride the tiger.
Fuck by you can see his stripes, but you know he's clean.
That's right.
All right, that's a great number 5. I would have, like I said, I would have put her on the list, but since it was my good movie last week, I didn't want to go so recent.
She was on my honorable mentions, and I actually knocked off Trash from Return of the Living Dead.
All right,
because until I realized that was she was from, I'm like, oh, okay, cool, I can talk about that.
yeah, that's awesome. Well, I'm glad you did because now I have more Perdita Durango in my life.
That's true.
You know,
Yeah.
I really love that movie,
Yeah.
and if there's more of her in a different, even if it's a character, not the same actress. My number 5. You ever seen a movie called Ginger Snaps?
Yeah,
Ginger from Ginger Snaps.
she was hot.
Catherine Isabel.
yeah,
Very hot.
yeah. She was
Great movie.
American Mary too, right?
Yeah, she's American Mary. Yeah, she's Mary Mason in American Mary. Yeah. But Ginger Snaps, very underrated movie.
Yeah.
Great horror comedy. It's
Yeah.
funny. The dynamic between the two sisters, that they turn into werewolves.
Yeah,
Well, one does, I should say.
right.
Have you seen the sequels?
No.
Shitty. One of them is like in the 1800s. For some reason, okay, so there's a sequel, and there's another sequel where they're like back in like the 1800s, like the
Is it the same actresses?
Yeah, and there's sisters, and it's them, but like for some reason they're way back in time.
Is it played for laughs?
No,
Damn.
it's like ultra like gray.
Is it supposed
I
to
can
play as
describe
a
it.
prequel?
No, it's just well, if it is, I didn't catch that.
It's
shit.
like an alternate reality version or something.
Something, but it's stupid. But Ginger Snaps Ginger Snaps is a great movie.
Catherine Isabel has amazing boobs.
Yeah,
They're really, really nice.
I wish that she showed them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great. But she gets scratched by the werewolf, gets that little hair coming out of the scratches, and then she gets a little feisty.
Yeah.
She has her first period, and
She snaps.
she's obviously like 20, but they're saying she's in high school,
Right.
in her first period. She gets.
She has those boobs and has never had a period.
Yeah, she gets feisty.
Yeah,
She needs to fuck, and after she fucks, she needs to kill.
Yep.
My kind of girl.
Yeah, all about that.
That's why Ginger is my number 5.
Nice. My number 4 is Baby, as portrayed by Sherry Moon Zombie from House of a Thousand Corpses and The Devil's Rejects.
All right,
Because that's another one where you know that she wants to kill you, but goddamn, her ass deserves an Oscar.
Yeah, it does. Those ripped up jeans.
Yeah. Yeah, when they're going
those jeans.
when they're going into the pussy liquor store, I could just watch that scene in slow motion over and over and over again. I like to get fucked up and do fucked up things too.
Yeah. And her little performance when she does her little performance.
Yep.
Yeah. No, she's fucking hot. Yeah.
Rubs
Except
out.
for in she's not as hot in Lords of Salem. She's like super methed out.
She's
like
supposed to be a
skinny.
junkie.
Yeah, and I don't like that. So
Don't blame it.
my number 4 is the naked space vampire from Life Force. You ever seen Life Force?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah,
Naked
naked space
vampire.
vampire.
Yeah.
She's completely naked the whole time with
Yeah.
some nice ass boobies.
Yeah.
Flopping around.
Yeah.
Killing people.
Yeah,
She's a space vampire.
Drinking their blood, eating their souls.
She is a space vampire, and you can't touch that. And you can't teach.
You can't teach that. No, you either are a space vampire or you aren't.
I love that movie. I had the VHS tape as a young boy.
Yeah,
It got its. I got my money's worth out of that tape.
yeah, a lot of replays.
Yeah, a lot of replays, a lot of pausing. A lot of pausing on those boots.
Remember when VCRs with slow motion came out?
Yeah, but I used to do it myself before that came out.
Click, 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 click.
Play pause, play pause, play pause, play pause.
That's how you got the good manual dexterity.
Yeah,
for playing
yeah.
bass
One
and
hand
stuff.
on the VCR, the other one on your junk.
Yeah. That's why I'm so good at video games. Though. That's why
Yeah.
I kill people at Dooms, because I got good dexterity in my thumbs.
Eye hand dick coordination.
Eye hand dick coordination.
Let's go with the joystick.
Whoa.
Number 4.
My number 4 is Mallory Knox. Juliette Lewis, Natural Born Killers.
All right, I'll let it slide. I put it on my honorable mentions
Yeah.
because it's not a horror movie per se, but it's more like an exploitation movie.
It's,
I mean,
it's the
It's
exploitation movie of the 90s.
I would say, we talked about it, and next week we're going to be doing our top 5 bad parents.
That's right. Oh,
Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah, that's a bad parent right
would be
there.
on my list.
yeah.
if I thought it was horror. So.
Right.
He tried to watch Tatanka get his ass.
Kill the fucking Indian!
Poor Tatanka. It means bull.
Yeah, it does. Juliette Lewis was never one of those actresses that I found like visually attractive.
Yeah,
But
like slutty
the
attractive.
way that
yeah.
she carries herself, it's like
Strange Days.
yeah. There's something in me that's like kind of like a fixer, you know.
Or
like
from Dusk Till Dawn.
yeah. That's another one. Yeah, there's
Will you do me a favor and lick my pussy?
there's just something brokenly attractive about her that applies to the appeals to the codependent in
She's
me.
the kind of girl that you want to fuck her and smack the shit out of her the whole time. Just back and forth,
Choke her as hard
choke
as
the
you
shit
can.
out of her. Maybe a few punches.
Give her the
Not like
good
Mike
slap.
Tyson punches.
Right.
Some worker punches. Like you gotta get a little slap
a
in
little
there.
slap, yeah.
All right, number 3. Is that me? Or
That
you?
was my number 3. Yeah, you're
Okay,
my number 3.
that was your number 3.
Yeah.
Okay. My number 3 is Julia, tied with Angelique. So Julia, Hellraiser 1 and 2.
Right.
The mom from
Yeah.
Hellraiser 1 / the Cenobite.
Yeah.
Number 2.
Another character that's not visually attractive, but there's something about her.
You know what? Actually, I just read this today. It was almost going to be on my news, but I cut it out at the last second. She was supposed to be the focus of the rest of the Hellraiser movies.
Really?
Not Pinhead. It was going to be Julia.
Okay.
She was going to be the main Cenobite. But Pinhead was so fucking over with the audience that they made it all about Pinhead. And I'm glad they did, because I love Doug Bradley. And I love Pinhead. But number 1 and 2, she fucking tore it up.
She owned it, yeah.
But this is a tie also. I've told you before, contrary to much other people, Hellraiser Bloodline is my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Angelique.
She was
the
hot.
French whore.
Yeah.
And she pulls that dude's head into the mirror.
Yeah.
He gets decapitated. He does the old school decapitation move to where, like, if you get decapitated, your body will instantly go to its knees and then take a face bump.
Yeah.
That's why would that happen? I mean, if you get decapitated,
You just fall.
you're not gonna instantly lock up, go to your knees, fall to your face, like so cleanly.
Right.
And she's creepy as fuck. She's the princess.
Yeah.
Princess of Hell. She has a ripped open skull exposed with like the skin hanging on these little hook things on the
Yep.
side of her. So those are my tie for my number 3.
Nice. My number 2 is Krusty, played by Christy Wiles in August Underground Mortem.
Oh yeah.
Another one of those broken ass girls.
Yeah, she's hot.
Yeah, but
like it.
she's very, very attractive, and she will fucking kill your ass, and then fuck your corpse, and then fuck her brother, and then fuck someone else's corpse.
That's pretty much what goes on there.
She has problems.
Yeah, she does. She's a head case, and they're usually the best way.
Yeah. Even like the opening of August Underground Mortem, where it's just 3 minutes of her fucking her brother.
Yeah, Mortem that's one of the hardest movies to watch.
Yeah, it's number 2 on my fucked up list.
Number 2, really?
Yeah,
I think it's like, you got Serbian Film, you got that, you got Regurgitated Sacrifice.
that's number 1 on my list. So.
Regurgitated Sacrifice, yeah. So, well, as a teaser, before we get into my number 2, we are going to watch it.
Yeah.
Black Mass of the Nazi Sex Whisperer.
That's right.
So, by next episode, we will both be fully informed on this movie. We will be talking about it.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Lucifer Valentine will be on the show. Or a future show. If he does so.
I got some questions for that guy.
Yeah.
And not about the vomit.
About the core, though.
Yeah, about the sound design, man. That guy's sound design is amazing.
Yeah.
I've actually, like, I watched all 3 Vomit Gore movies and Black Metal Veins.
I still haven't seen that one, though. I want to.
And I've got some things to say about him and, like, the artistic merit of what he does. There's a lot more to his movies than Vomit and Gore.
Yep.
It's not pornography. It's something else that stands on its own. So we'll talk about that next week.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to beat off watching Vomit Gore.
It really is.
It's not a pornography
No,
movie.
it's not.
So, my number 2. It's the same character, but I'll give you 2 movies. Character is described as the woman. Movies are Jack Ketchum's The Offspring
Okay.
and The Woman.
Okay.
You seen it?
I haven't seen either of them, no, but I know you talked about both of them.
You never seen it?
No.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Dude, this bitch is fucking crazy. So, the premise of Offspring is it's human cannibals that live on the edge of society, in a forest, on the edge of a cliff and stuff. And they come into town and kill people. The opening of Offspring, first of all, Jack Ketchum is one of my favorite authors.
Yeah.
And his movies are great. The movies that have been made of his books, I would say are not the closest, because you can't make his book straight up.
Without getting an NC-17.
Without getting beyond NC-17. But they're very good, all of them. So, The Girl Next Door was one of his.
Okay.
The Lost, I reviewed The Lost.
Yeah, I saw The Girl Next Door.
Yeah, and so Jack Ketchum, Offspring, opens up with this drunk woman getting home, driving her car, throwing a beer out, all stumbling in, walking in, and seeing that they are eating her baby in the kitchen. Or no, first I think she sees her dead babysitter.
Okay.
And then they're eating the baby, The Woman is another fucked up movie. She's the only survivor from the first one. Spoiler alert.
Okay.
But you could watch it without knowing that.
So The Woman is the sequel to The Offspring?
Yeah.
Okay.
And The Woman is more fucked up because...
Is it the same actress for both movies?
Yep.
Okay.
And she's not the fucked up person. The normal people are the ones who are fucked up.
Okay. That's cool.
I think
like that.
you should watch them both in order.
All right.
So
The Offspring first, then The Woman.
Yep.
Okay.
And actually, Offspring is a sequel to Off Season. So in the books, it's Off Season, Offspring, The Woman.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no Off Season movie. They made Offspring, which is
okay.
a combination of both, kind of.
Okay.
It's more Offspring, but yeah, you need to watch them in order.
Okay. I'll check that out. Talking about NC-17 horror movies, you've mentioned Frontiers a lot on this show.
Yeah.
I watched that this week. It was good. It was good, and I liked it, and I really liked the whole like Nazi twist on it.
Yeah, it's
but
fucked up.
I don't know why that movie's NC-17.
I think it's the Saw scene, the power.
Yeah, maybe because that's the only thing that was super gory. Like everything else was on par with Saw gory.
Yeah, but there's also a thing about like Saw. It doesn't have the vibe that those kind of movies have. That's a vibe that makes you like.
It's the raw intensity.
Yeah,
and
raw intensity.
The actress at the end, how she was just kind of shaking like she had Parkinson's.
Yeah,
and that was a good performance.
I think they get NC-17 for being too good.
Okay, so you make your movie too well. And it's too scary and
too convincing.
Yeah.
Too convincing to where they're like the general public can't see this because it will disturb them.
Yeah, and maybe we're a little bit more jaded than the general public.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
we're sitting here talking about the artistic merit of Lucifer Valentine.
Yeah.
So
Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer with Mike Roker was X or NC-17.
Yeah. Well, when that came out, there was nothing like it beforehand.
Yeah,
so,
exactly. Yeah. So, all right, give me your number one.
My number one, going back to the classics. Varla, portrayed by Teresa Satana from Faster Pussycat Kill Kill.
All right.
She fucked people up, and she was fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
She's like the Betty Page of horror.
Yeah. No, she's hot. So.
And she's sort of like the quintessential like horror / exploitation femme fatale. They broke the mold after they made her.
Yep. That's it?
Yep.
All right. My number one. Maybe wouldn't be my number one if it wasn't for the special place she holds in my heart. Talked about it on the show before. One of the first movies I ever saw. One of the first horror movies I ever saw as a kid.
Okay.
Night of the Demons.
Yeah, she's on my honorable mentions.
My number one is Angela. Night of the Demons.
Yep.
That's the voice.
Yeah.
That's her voice.
Yeah.
And
like Cookie Monster kind of.
Yeah, and she's also very like sweet and happy when she's normal, or when she goes back to acting like she's not possessed.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I love Night of the Demons. I love all the sequels except for the remake.
Yeah.
1, 2, and 3 are all good.
Yeah, they're all solid movies.
The
yeah.
boob hands. Remember the
Titty
boob hands?
hands, yeah.
Titty hands.
Titty
Acidic
hands.
titty hands. That's a good rating system. So, yeah, number 1 for me, Angela.
Nice. So we have a listener submission. Do we want to do that before we do our honorable mentions?
Yeah, we'll do that. Let's see here. Give me 1 second to pull it up. Elevator music as we wait. The children are the future. Anyways. Okay, we have listener Steven from Hawaii.
Hawaiian Steve.
Hawaiian Steven. It's Steven.
Steven?
Yeah, he said make sure it's Steven.
With
not Steve.
a
Don't
PH
call me-
or a V?
Don't call me Steve. PH.
Okay.
Steven, don't call me Steve from Hawaii.
Okay.
Number-
Hawaiian Steven.
Hawaiian Steven. Come on, I want to lay ya. Anyways, number 5, Tiffany from Child's Play series. Number 4, Syl from Species. Is it Syl?
Yeah.
Species. Natasha Henstridge.
Yeah.
Some nice
That's a good one. That's a great
Yeah.
one. That's a VHS that got a lot of use when I was a kid.
Yeah. Number 3, this is on my honorable mentions. The Alien Queen from Aliens.
Straight up. Yeah, she's a female and
It's
she
a
will kill
female,
you.
yeah. Fuck yeah. Number 2.
And, I'd probably hit it if I was drunk enough.
Yeah. Number 2, Mrs. Voorhees from Friday the 13th.
Okay.
Number 1 was also on your list, Baby Firefly.
Yeah.
House of 1,000 Corpses / Devil's Rejects. Honorable mentions, The Serial Mom.
Serial Mom, Kathleen Turner.
Beverly Setfin. So, thank you, Steven, for sending your list.
Yeah.
Listeners, if you want to suggest a future top 5, you tell us what the top 5 is. You give us your list. You send it to postmortemshow@gmail.com. Also, if we post, seldomly will we post what the top 5 is before it happens. But when we do, just like Steven, send it in to postmortemshow@gmail.com. We will read your list on the air.
That's right. Honorable mention time?
Honorable mentions.
I have a 0 on my list.
A 0.
Yeah, the one.
Yeah,
that
that
goes
was
without
better
saying.
than number 1, yeah.
Satanico Pandemonium.
Yeah.
Salma Hayek from Dusk Till Dawn.
On my honorable mentions,
the quintessential.
yes, and I would have had her on my list, but the only reason I didn't put her out was I put as my last thing a tie between her and Perdita Durango.
Okay.
Because I talked about both of them last episode.
Right.
Didn't want to go there again.
Gotcha.
They're tied for my number 0.
Okay.
So.
My honorable mentions: Trash, Linnea Quigley, Return of the Living Dead. Julia, Claire Higgins from Hellraiser and Hellraiser 2.
Yep.
Nico, Natasha Gregson Wagner from Modern Vampires.
Yeah, Modern Vampires
Shit.
does not get enough love.
Yeah, she'll fuck you, she'll kill you.
Yeah. And then she'll get up and show her boobs and go for unnecessary little
Yeah. Pretty awesome. Another vampire on my list, Mercury, Arlie Jover from Blade. That was the blonde vampire chick that ran around with Steven
Okay, a
Dorff.
little short hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Angry Princess, played by Shauna Lawyer from 13 Ghosts.
Yep. You've been on your list before?
Yep, that's why she
Top
was
5 nude scenes, I believe
Yeah,
it was.
Is that the slash tick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poster girl from Necrophilia.
Yep.
Another one from Night of the Demons, Suzanne, Linnea Quigley.
Yep.
Again on my
Lipstick
list.
nipples.
Yep. And we've mentioned Lucifer Valentine a couple times. The Black Angels of Hell from Regurgitated Sacrifice.
Oh, yeah.
The twins. Incest twins.
Incest twins for the win.
Chopped apart with an axe.
Yeah, that shit's fucked up.
Yeah.
Conjoined twins. We're going to separate them with an axe. My honorable mentions. Your Steven's number 1. And your number 4 or 5, I believe it is. Baby Firefly.
Number 4, yeah.
Carrie from Carrie. Would have been on my list, but I thought it was going to be on your list. I was on my list till the last hour
Okay.
because I was sure you're going to have it, so I replaced it. Asami Yamazaki from Audition.
Oh, shit.
Piano Hour Girl from Audition.
That totally slipped my mind.
I thought for sure it was going to be on yours. It's the only reason I did not include it. Haley Stark from Hard Candy.
Okay, yeah.
Dick Chopping Goodness.
Yeah, Dick Chopping Good Time.
One that I didn't put on because I wouldn't know which one to pick is Jennifer from I Spit on Your Grave. I Spit on Your Grave remake is awesome.
Yeah.
And the sequel and number 3.
Yeah.
There's great killing scenes. They're all awesome.
Yeah, they really,
just like the original.
They really held up, yeah.
Yep, and so that's why she's on my honorable mentions. I also have the Alien Queen from Aliens. Ellie from Let the Right One In.
Yeah.
Mrs. Voorhees from Friday the 13th. La Femme from Inside.
Yeah.
The woman.
Yeah.
On the outside. Perdita Durango, Santango Pandemonium. Like I said, it was my number 0. Mallory Knox, Natural Born Killers, also on my honorable mentions. Lady Bathory from Hostel 2, the girl that cuts her throat with a sickle and has her blood go all over him and masturbates. Yeah.
Good shit.
Pretty sweet. And pretty hot, too.
Yeah.
May, from the movie May. You ever see that movie May?
Yeah, yeah.
Good, right? And my last honorable mention is Pauline from Excision.
Yeah, she's definitely...
She would have been on my list, but she only killed
one person.
Yeah. So if she would have killed more people... I love her character enough to be my number 5, but didn't get enough kills in.
Right.
Similar to some of my other honorable mentions, some of them I kind of limited because they either weren't human enough, like the Alien Queen,
right,
or didn't get enough kills, like Pauline. But
I realized while I was making this list, I wanted to put Ilsa She-Wolf of the SS on my list.
Yeah,
but I've never seen that movie.
You've never seen it?
I've never seen it.
I have the whole I'm
Really?
The whole collection.
I'm gonna have to watch those at some point.
There's 3 or 4 of them.
I was putting it together and like she kept popping up.
The first one is the best.
Usually, yeah.
Dude, she has some of the nicest boobs.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You know that she's based on 2 people that actually existed?
Yeah.
It's pretty fucked up. I mean, Nazi Germany's pretty fucked up anyway.
It's good. It holds up. I mean, it's terrible exploitation movies that they're not good per se. There's a shitload of nudity, and it's like, if you watch these movies now, modern day, you go like, this is bullshit. But because they're from our childhood or from the 70s and 80s, you can forgive so much more. Kind of like the Dear God No thing, like how they were going for that same thing, you know, like, and it gave you that vibe to where like, okay, this is cool.
Yeah, it's by no means a good movie, but for what it is, it's fucking great.
Yeah, it gives you that vibe.
Yeah,
I care more about the vibe than the overall production.
Absolutely, that's why I still say that House of a Thousand Corpses is better than Devil's Rejects because it had more of that vibe.
Yeah, exactly. I love them both. So, all right, so that's our top 5s, Femme Fatales. Join us next week. We're going to bring you the top 5 bad parents of horror.
And we're going to be talking some Lucifer Valentine.
Yeah, and we're going to talk some Lucifer Valentine Black Mass of the Nazi sex wizard. Sing high. I'm making beating off sounds and you're saying sing high.
It's a Nazi sex wizard.
So, until next week.
As H.P. Lovecraft once said on the toilet, through the bathroom door, yelling at his niece, if it smells like fish,
throw the fucker back.
I got one. Bring him in.